This planet has no surface, inside it are floating islands, and somehow life still appears here. So I simulated 10 billion years of evolution inside this impossible world. And more than 10,000 plant species went extinct. But this simulation revealed something bigger, not just what survives here, but the three rules that decide the fate of all life on this planet. This is Leviterra, a universe where planets do not behave like normal planets. No stable ground, no true surface, just floating islands inside a bubble-like world. And I wanted to know, can life really build an ecosystem here, or will it keep collapsing forever? This is Leviterra, a game I've been building for a long time. It's a survival exploration experience where you survive on planets, build what you want, and explore a never-ending universe full of alien life. Instead of visiting one moment in a planet's history, I wanted to watch that history unfold across 10 billion years. So how was I able to see 10 billion years of history? At first I thought I'd have to do it manually, but that was way too slow. So I made an agent that automatically plays, observes life and records what happens on this planet. At each checkpoint in the planet's history, I'll focus on three main roles: the dominant plant, the fragile plant, and the advanced plant. This world is completely dead. Nothing survives. No diversity, just an impossible planet waiting for something efficient enough and lucky enough to begin. Then finally, life appears. Mordatanra stand crown. And this plant is tiny, only 0.29 meters tall, less than 1 foot. A pattern starts to form. This is the first pillar, emergence. Life begins when a design is just barely compatible with the world. On Earth, the earliest life did not begin as something huge or powerful. It survived because it was simple enough to handle the conditions around it. That is exactly what is happening here. Strand Crown is not winning because it is advanced. It is surviving because this world can finally tolerate it. But then something else becomes clear. Life did appear here, but only in the few places that could actually support it. Most of these islands still reject it, so even this first success is fragile. It is surviving in pockets, not conquering the world. That leads to the second pillar, survival. A species can emerge, but it only survives where the environment allows it. In the real world, a plant adapted to the dim wet shade of a rainforest would struggle in dry open desert. Not because it is a bad planet, because the environment is wrong for it. That is what these islands are doing. They are filtering life. Then by 50 million years the planet starts to feel different. Life is no longer just barely hanging on. It is starting to branch. Now there are 7 living species and 4 already extinct, and for the first time you can really see the split happening. Some plants spread farther, some become more complex. So this is not just more life. It is life beginning to try different solutions. This reveals the third pillar, the final pillar, mutation. Evolution tests different designs. In real evolution, every mutation is a gamble. A change in height, leaf structure, or reproduction can become an advantage or a weakness. The dominant plant here is Berta Kerlik vine crown, reaching 6.16 meters. The advanced plant is Morda Tanra Rautor Tangle Body, only 0.11 meters tall. Same world, completely different strategies. There is no single perfect form, only mutations, most of which fail. By 100 million years, the ecosystem grows harder and stranger. 15 species are alive, 43 are extinct. The dominant species is Carta torta weevil, still only 0.11 meters tall. The most advanced is Thoraceldar podreach, reaching 4.18 meters, and the fragile one is frondweave, almost the same height as Podreach. So the plants that look the most impressive are often the ones closest to failure. Mutation creates possibility, but it also creates risk. By 200 million years, this is a real ecosystem. 30 species are alive, 142 are extinct. The dominant species is Tanda Tarda Curlin Grotville. Around 1.50 meters tall, the advanced one is now Frondweave over 4 meters, and the fragile one is Tangle Node, barely 0.40 meters. Over billions of years, something starts to feel off. At 500 million years, the dominant plant is still there. At 1 billion, same pattern. At 2 billion, it happens again. Not identical, but close enough to feel the same. Even at 3 billion years, nothing really breaks. The same type keeps winning. The ecosystem keeps looping. It looks stable, but it's not, because extinction never stops. It keeps rising quietly. The world isn't balanced. It's just better at hiding the failures. One species shows how cruel the system really is. Morcadora crest mass. It survives for billions of years, looks stable, looks successful, and then disappears at 4 billion years. And the reasons sound brutally real. Bad pigmentation, low temperature, nutrient shortage, and a 50% leaf deficit. It needed 10 leaf chunks, but it only had 5 leaf chunks. That means it was surviving with half the leaf support it really needed. And by the end of the simulation, the pattern is impossible to ignore. At 4 billion years, Kelron Berla appears in the fragile role. By 5 billion years, it does something stranger. It becomes both advanced and fragile. And even at 10 billion years, that contradiction is still there. So here is not some sudden disaster. It is built into the system. A species can become more advanced and still stay dangerously close to failure. By 10 billion years, only 33 species remain. More than 10,466 are gone. Life did emerge here. It did survive. It did mutate. And most of it still went extinct. And this is only one planet, one history, one outcome. There are way worse worlds in Leviterra and way stranger forms of life. So this is really just the beginning. If you want to support me launch Leviterra on Steam, the Patreon link is in the description. And if you actually want to see more simulations like this, like the video and subscribe to my channel, because this is just one planet. There are way worse ones coming. Bye.